All right, guys, so today we're going to be doing a deep dive into Liv Golf and how it works, because when I first kind of looked it up, it was very confusing to me. I had to do a lot of research to figure out how it works in the format and just in general what this tournament is all about. So not this tournament specifically, but this organization. We're not going to go too much into the political side of things. I'm going to be more focusing on the golf side of things, the players, the format, the draft, the courses, everything like that. So let's jump into it. So Liv Golf kicks off this weekend, June 9th. It's going to be streamed live on YouTube, Facebook, and livgolf.com. So it's going to be free to watch as of right now for this first tournament anyway. So let's jump in to the format. So Liv Golf is going to have smaller fields, fewer rounds, and a defined season. Shorter playing windows, shotgun starts as well. The format has been designed with fans as the number one priority, is what they say. So there's going to be 12 teams, 48 players, and it's going to be 54 holes. So it's not going to be the typical 72 hole tournament. It's going to be a little bit different. Shotgun starts, meaning they all start on different holes at the same time. There's going to be no cuts, and there's going to be 8 events in the season, so a much shorter season. So there'll be 7 events, and then there'll be one finale. So 8 events total. The first one is in London at the Centurion Club. That's going to be June 9th. And then we're going to Portland to Pumpkin Ridge Golf Club, and that's going to be June 30th. Then they're heading to Bedminster, Trump National Golf Club, July 29th to 31st. And then to Boston, they're going to be playing the International course. And then they're going to my girlfriend's home city of Chicago. And they're going to be playing Rich Harvest Farms in Chicago. Then they'll be heading to Bangkok for Stonehill Golf Club. That'll be in October, and then a little bit later on in October, the next week actually, they'll be heading to the Royal Greens Golf Club in Jeddah, and then the finale will be in Miami at Trump National Doral. So same as any event, the individual winner will be the player with the lowest 54-hole stroke play total. So there is individual tournaments and winners, but it's just that there's team events at the same time, if you get me. So this is where it got really confusing for me. So Liv Golf will feature 12 teams of 4 players each. Each event will be made up of a different field, so teams will be decided via draft the week of each event. Each team will have a Liv-appointed team captain who will select their 3 open team positions via snake draft format. The captain will be one of the 4 starting players, but will also have the responsibility to set the lineup each week. So that's where it got a little bit confusing right there, is this. So it's going to be different teams every week, but there's still a team competition that adds up till the end. So yeah, basically there will be 12 teams each week, and that will go into the finale here, which is the team championship, and then that will be a seeded 4-day, 4-round match play knockout. The thing that kind of confuses me is I don't know who's going to be in which team come the end of it, because as I said earlier, the teams change week to week, so I don't know. I guess even for the finale, they'll still get to pick, the captains will still get to pick their teams, but will it be the same captains every week? I'm not quite sure how it works. We'll see. So we do have the teams now as well. The teams have been released. These are the 12 captains and their team names. So Dustin Johnson's team is going to be called 4 Aces. Graham McDowell's team is going to be called Niblix. Ian Poulter's team is going to be called the Majestics. Kevin Na's team will be called the Ironheads. Louis Oosthuizen, Stinger. Martin Keimer, the Cliques. Peter Ulin, the Crushers. Phil Mickelson, the High Flyers. Sergio Garcia, the Fireballs. Come on, that's a name for a team in a golf tournament. Siwon Kim will be called Smash, Taylor Gooch will be called Torque, and Wade Ormsby's team will be called Punch. And I have the logos for all of the teams here as well. That's DJ's there, and that's Poulter's. You can see them all for yourself. There's Sergio's Fireball logo or whatever. It just looks kind of really memey, cringy, kind of silly stuff a little bit. A lot of these players have resigned their PGA Tour status as well. Dustin Johnson becoming the latest to do that today. He resigned his PGA Tour status. And now we're going to go through the players. So this is the roster as it stands right now. We've got a few players that I don't recognize. Adrian Otegi. I know Andy Ogletree. Bernd Wiesberger. Blake Windred. Brandon Grace is on there. Charles Schwartzel. Chase Koepka. They got the wrong Koepka by accident, I think. David Puig. Teague, is that how I pronounce it? He's an amateur. Dustin Johnson, who is far and away the biggest name on this list, or before Phil joined at least, he was far and away the biggest name on this list, and definitely the highest ranked golfer on the list. We have Graham McDowell there, Henny Duplessis, Hideto Tanihara, Hudson Swafford, Ian Poulter, Ian Snyman. You can see all this on the site anyway if you need to. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this at all. James Pyatt, another amateur, JC Ritchie, Jediah Morgan, Jinichiro Kazuma, Justin Harding, Kevin Na. Some notable ones definitely: Lee Westwood and Louis Oosthuizen, Martin Keimer as well, Oliver Fisher, Pablo Larrazabal, Phil Mickelson, probably the most high-profile golfer in here, along with Dustin Johnson, Richard Bland, Sergio Garcia, Taylor Gooch, the Gooch. So yeah, that's the list. You can see the full list on the livegolf.com website if you need to. Apparently, Liv Golf offered Tiger Woods just under $1 billion to play, and he rejected it. Ricky Fowler is rumored to be moving to Liv, but he did say yesterday that he has no immediate plans to join it, and his plans are still the same. He's playing on the PGA Tour, and yeah, he did actually just hole a 20-foot putt. I put up a tweet earlier today, twitter.com/ApexSound, by the way, that he big dicked a putt into the middle of the hole from 20 foot. I was actually watching the live stream on Instagram. So as it stands right now, I think he has a decent chance of playing in the US Open. It's not a guarantee, that's for sure, but he does have a decent chance. Now let's talk money, because this is a Saudi-backed tournament. We know they have unlimited resources. There's a lot of controversy surrounding this with them, which I'm not going to really delve into too much, but I'm going to talk about the prize pool. So there is a total of $225 million with prize money across the 8 tournaments, which sounds like a lot, but when you put it into context that Dustin Johnson is getting paid $150 million just to play, it doesn't really sound like as much then. But for a lot of these people, a lot of these players, that's a crazy amount of money still. Each of the regular season events will have a $25 million purse. When you compare that to the PGA Tour averages, I think, a $9.1 million purse for each event this season. That's the average. So it's definitely far and away. They're getting paid a lot more throughout these tournaments on Liv Golf. And the top 3 individuals will be paid $18 million, $8 million, and $4 million respectively. You have to have played at least 4 of the 8 events though. And then another $50 million will be awarded at the Team Match Play Championship. I think $4 million for the top team, and the lowest team gets as much as $120,000. So the prize purse, so you put this into perspective, the prize purse for each event in Liv Golf is double that of the US Open, which is the highest paying tournament in golf. Absolutely incredible stuff when you think about it, how much money is involved. And apparently Liv Golf is aiming to put a total of $2 billion into the sport between 2023 and 2025. So incredible numbers, really mind-blowing, mind-boggling stuff when you think about it. And you can see why it's difficult for a lot of these players to turn this down, because that really is just disgusting money. And you can say a lot of these players are rich enough as it is, and that may be true, but this is like a different level of rich that they can be from just even playing in this thing. Anyway, it will be really interesting to see how this progresses and see where Liv Golf versus PGA Tour goes, see if they're allowed to play in the majors, if they're eventually allowed to play in the Ryder Cup, because as it stands right now, Dustin Johnson is not allowed to play in the Ryder Cup. He's ineligible, and Graham McDowell will no longer be the captain of the Ryder Cup in a few years either. So big consequences for what these players are doing, and I do plan to watch Liv Golf on YouTube this weekend. I plan to watch it extensively, react to it, and do a full deep dive into how it's broadcast, how it works, and just the overall entertainment factor of this golf event. It does seem like they're kind of maybe trying to appeal to a younger audience, maybe a more 2022 kind of audience, because people have shorter attention spans. Golf is a very complex game to get into. They're trying to simplify it a little bit, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Let me know what you guys think of Liv Golf if you're going to be watching this weekend. If you're excited for my video this weekend, because I do plan to do one. I'm kind of wondering what the copyright situation is, if I'd be able to react to actual clips on YouTube, if I'd be able to play them, because I know it's being live streamed on YouTube. They don't have a cable provider, so that would be kind of interesting. Maybe I'll try and get in touch and see if that's a possibility. But thank you guys for the support on the channel. Make sure to drop a like if you want to see more content like this. This was a little out of my comfort zone, so apologies if it wasn't the best video in the world. But I plan to improve videos like this. You can subscribe to my second channel, Apex On 2, where I play a lot more non-sports games. But we play a lot of PGA Tour 2K21 on this channel. If you're new here, we play a lot of golf games, a lot of sports games in general. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all those links down in the description down below. Appreciate it. And yeah, let me know where you're watching from. Follow me on Twitter for live tweeting this weekend. See you then.